This is the Leo Climaco podcast.
Welcome to another episode of the Leo Climaco podcast. I'm your host, Leo. Today, I want to share with you how I strategically position my business in a blue ocean strategy to allow my agency to be as successful as it is today. So stay to the end so you can catch that and know exactly what to do for your business. So if you don't know, I own a therapy agency for kids with autism with my wife based out of New York. We do in-home and in-school behavior modification for kids with autism. We began this company in 2018, right before my wife gave birth to our first kid. At that time, I had just begun my entrepreneurship journey, and I was bleeding money on a business called a Double Espresso, where I was trying to e-commerce and sell espresso machines to high-end coffee shops. And that was a struggle. I couldn't break through. I had four contracts with four different companies, with four different espresso makers, and I was not making sales. I knew nothing of marketing. I knew nothing of advertising, and I was just bleeding money. At that same time, my wife was working for our now competitors. She was tired of just working for them and how they ran things, how their standards was, and how their morals were and their values or lack thereof. So we got together and we're like, all right, let's join forces. Let's combine your knowledge and my knowledge, and let's build a really good agency so we can compete with all these idiots out here who are just money hungry. So it's exactly what we did. We took my business expertise. So we took my expertise in business and we took her knowledge in the autism ABA world, and we build Behaviors of NYC, which is our company's name. 6 years later, we are a 7-figure agency growing every single year. But it wasn't like that in the beginning. In the beginning, we were struggling. So in the beginning, we began doing insurance contracts, private contracts, and we were starting to get in with the DOE. When you have your own therapy agency, you're dealing a lot with insurance, right? And the problem with insurance is they tell you how much you're getting paid. You don't have a say, especially as a new company. In the beginning, you have no say in how much you're actually getting paid. So they'll pay you maybe between 48 and 65 bucks an hour for each client. And then if you want a really good therapist, you got to pay them between $25 and $35 an hour. So your margin is extremely small and extremely tight. Private pay is a good way to go. But the issue with private pay is that most people who have the money to pay privately also have really good insurance. So they're not going to want to pay for your service out of pocket. They're going to want to go through their insurance company, right? So private pays are very rare. It has to be a special occasion where someone has the money but doesn't have the insurance to pay for, or the insurance didn't approve that service, therefore they got to go out of pocket. It's a very rare scenario. And then the other avenue is going through the Board of Education of New York City. The Board of Ed is, it's the Board of Ed. It's statewide, it's political. You got to fight your way in, and you got to fight your way to stay in. So we got to a point, this was early 2020, where we had these three avenues of income, right? Insurance, private, and DOE. And during COVID, we had a big problem with the Board of Education. They completely stopped paying me. And we went about 9 months without getting paid through the DOE. I went through all my savings. I freaking had to borrow money from everybody I knew just to keep the company afloat. We ended up doing a class action lawsuit on the DOE. My agency got together with like 10 other agencies who were on the same boat as I was, and we sued the DOE and we won. It took a long time, but we did. So part of winning that lawsuit, a special counsel was appointed to oversee the DOE and make sure that they pay on time every single month. Because that happened, I felt confident that the DOE would now pay on time every single month. So about mid-summer 2020, I made the executive decision of dropping the insurance-based clients and dropping the private clients and only sticking with the DOE. That was a model at that time that was unheard of, right? All therapy agencies deal with insurance. It's just, it's just how it's designed. We chose not to do that because the margins were too low. The DOE allows me to dictate my own margins and my own profit. I can tell the DOE how much I charge per month. It's not the other way around. The DOE does not tell me how much they're paying me per month. Every insurance company will tell you how much you're getting paid per month. I got tired of that. So I chose to go to an area of the ocean that nobody was playing in. Very few companies had the balls, the foresight to see this as a profitable way of having a therapy agency in New York. So we did it. We went all in. We basically handed over our insurance-based clients to a sister agency of ours, and we went full DOE. After doing that, my company kept growing every single month, every quarter, every single year since then. My company has doubled in size and doubled in growth because we chose a path that wasn't paved. We chose a path that a lot of companies weren't willing to risk their agencies to go through. And that's really what it means to be an entrepreneur and to be a businessman, is to have the vision and have the fortitude to go into a path that has not been paved yet. Go into a path that others are scared to go to. It could have failed, but I was willing to take that risk. It's high risk, high reward. I was willing to go to the unpaved road because I knew that in the end, it was gonna be more profitable, right? I had a lawsuit backing me up saying that from now on, the DOE will pay on time every single month. So I had that confidence. And if the DOE didn't pay on time, I had a special counsel to go to bitch and complain. So that gave me the backing I required to go all in, right? So as of right now, we are a strictly DOE agency. We provide in-home and in-school behavior modification for kids within the DOE system. Having that vision, having that tolerance to go a different way has really paved the way for my agency. It's really made me who I am today. If I didn't take that risk, I would probably still be working a 9-to-5, trying to supplement the money coming in through insurance, which is really not enough, right? You can't live off of $12 margins per hour as a business and pay your employees and still have money for yourself at the end. It's almost impossible. Everyone thinks that being an entrepreneur is easy. It's actually one of the hardest tasks that you can take on as a person is to be an entrepreneur. You have to make quick decisions, risky decisions, unpaved decisions, and you have to stand on it with 2 feet. If you win or fail, it's on you. That's what I love about it. I love the fact that the control is on me. To be a successful entrepreneur, you need to have vision and understand that your decisions are guiding and leading your business. Have a high risk tolerance and be okay with the failure. Be ready to learn from those failures. A blue ocean strategy will get you farther than you trying to imitate what everybody else is doing. Remember that. Have a high risk tolerance. Don't be scared to go the unpaved way, and don't be scared of failure. If you're okay with those 3 things, you might be an entrepreneur. And that's all I got for you guys today. A quick tip on how I built my agency and how I took a blue ocean strategy to success. Appreciate it, guys. See you guys on the next episode. Like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll see you guys next time.
This is the Leo Climaco podcast.